like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that don't make sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Set, 280, Omaha, ready to move. Keep it up, guys. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 32.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He finds a rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. C.J. Anderson with him. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
He's not going to get me. Check 9, check 9.
Now a toss play. This is Pumphrey. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. 53, ready. Check, 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 check.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here comes Grant on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Inside. Hey, dude. 31's the mic. So we got man. 31's the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. We not getting it.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 81 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Stafford. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Rodgers again now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. but that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
11. Check hot route. Hot.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top. 31 yards. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a 2nd down. And they try the sweep to Jones. And some room to roam now. And he will will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. He's at the 30, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Let's do this.
Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
First down, Green Bay.
Rodgers now on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got Rodgers. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And Adams has it complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Got a man, that's Allison. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st down, Rodgers. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got a man open. open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyler Fackrell just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Stafford. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Detroit. 54 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
He's checking. Crash. Shift. 11.
They run the draw here with Pumphrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage.
And my goodness, another interception. Able to get there and pick it. And he is all the way up past the 25. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Rodgers now on first down. Making the catch is Sternberger. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. Touchdown, Packers! Jay Sternberger with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got that one complete to Darboh. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Stafford now to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions were able to draw a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll try the jet sweep here. He was brought down by Devon Kennard. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain. What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz? The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz? Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. On play action. Now Rodgers lets this one rip toward Graham. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield? I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks. Rush coming, and he's taken down. We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They run it again with Anderson. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully...
He's got a man, complete! And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, 5-0!
Stafford on 1st down. Being chased out left. Incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, Topper! Topper!
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Screen play. Anderson. 20! A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back, They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Boy, it's the same old song, isn't it? And right now, this one doesn't sound too sweet. They've been thoroughly outclassed so far, and there's another tackle for a loss.
Yeah, that's something that we've said quite a bit in this game. The Lions on 3rd.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up.